welcome back. Here is my entire tactical game spread in my garage, and we're gonna go through it. So these are things, some you must have for tactical games, and this is gonna be my 5th tactical game, so a lot of it's just kind of things I learned that you need in the process. So first, we'll start out kind of with the must-haves, the weapon system and the plate carrier. So I used to run a Glock for the last tactical games, and this one I have a Staccato XL, sweet shooting gun. Greatest thing about it is the light trigger, and extremely accurate, which is good for the tactical game specifically. I have a Trijicon RMR HD on top, of necessity because my SRO is getting repaired by Trijicon. And with that, I have 5 20-round mags and 2 17-round mags that came with the gun. You can never have enough mags because if they get dirty, muddy, you don't want to have to be cleaning out between stages if you don't have to. But this is all I got. I got 7 mags total. So for my rifle, this is a Mutt. It's my own build. I built ARs. I enjoy it. I have an Arrow lower, best lowers on planet Earth. And this is an Arrow upper receiver build. Upper receiver and the rail. And then I have a Criterion barrel, 16-inch barrel with mid-length gas. This thing is a beautiful barrel. I had heard good things about it, but had never really had any, so threw it on this gun, and massive improvement over accuracy I had previously on the previous barrel. And then on top of that, I have a Vortex Razor 1-10. I used to have a PST 1-6, but I found that that's not enough magnification for the longer ranges. 10 I think is good. In the last tactical games in Holt, we shot out to 540 yards, and I could see the target just fine. So seeing wasn't an issue, it was just hitting it. And also the big thing with the 1-10 is it's enough magnification to see your hits on paper out to about like 80 to 100 yards. When I had the 1-6, it was hard sometimes to see the paper hits at like 80 yards. But with this, you can see that pretty well. And very reliable. I've never had an issue with reliability with this. Oh, and bolt carrier group is BCM, charging handles BCM, so super reliable. May not be your most accurate gun or gamer gun, but it works very well, is very reliable, has enough magnification. Oh, and the trigger, it's a Geissele something. Super, it's a 2-stage, very nice, short, soft take up, crisp wall. And that wall, I forget, it's like 2.5 pounds or so. I like having a 2-stage trigger because I can know exactly where it's gonna break. So I can kind of time my shot essentially on the target. So that's rifle and pistol. And along with those, oh, you need a sling for your rifle, of course. I just have this Magpul sling. I've kept it. It's attached via QD. I ran with it at Holt last year, the 1.7 mile run, with it strapped to me. I didn't have a single issue with it for the whole run. And some guys had slings popping off and falling off, so that's about as much abuse as you can put a rifle sling through. And really, you just need a 2-point. Yeah, that works for me. So belt system. This is a old T-Rex Arms belt. I think these are S-Tac pistol carrier. Although these are not, I got these originally for the Glock mags. I don't think they're really built for the Staccato mags because they sometimes slip up out of these carriers. So at some point I need to get something that holds the Staccato mags a little bit better. This is just some random rifle mag carrier. I'll show you how I usually carry my rifle mags. It's not in this one on the belt. And then holster, you need retention. You absolutely have to have, I forget what you call it, active retention or something. Or when you're doing rope climbs, climbing under stuff, your handgun will fall out. So you need good retention. That's much more important than a fast draw. And I learned that last time when I took the retention off before the PCSL stage, so I'd be quicker on the draw. But then my pistol flew out of the holster while I was running forward, and it was a stage DQ. So that was dumb with me. So you need retention for these, for the tactical games. The other thing you absolutely have to have, besides eye pro and ear pro, of course, I like wearing foamies. Sometimes the Air Pro like this messes with my cheek weld on the rifle or hits the buttstock of the rifle when I'm trying to shoot. So I actually just like foamies. iPro, I have multiple sets of iPro. One thing I did learn is to get clear iPro too, because some of the morning stages, depending on what time of year, it can be a little dark. And the shaded iPro is not the greatest. You won't be able to see as well. That was one time in South Carolina. I think it was the November one. It was a little harder to see in the morning with shaded iPro. And then the other big thing, plate carrier. So this is a T-Rex Arms slick plate clear. I forget the AC01 or something. I forget. But the cool thing about this, I like, it has this elastic band right here. But what you can do is you can stick your rifle mags in here. So on some stages you have to retain your rifle mags on you, and I can stick up to 4 rifle mags. I can probably put more of those in there in the elastic cummerbund. Also, elastic cummerbund is nice because it expands when you're breathing hard. So you want something that'll expand with you when you're breathing. Also, I like a slick front because when you're carrying stuff, picking up heavy sandbags, sometimes the rifle mags get in the way or it pushes the bag further away from your body. I like it slick. Oh yeah, and rifle mags. I have tons of rifle mags. I used to only bring like 7, but I learned after a few games that were muddy and nasty that you don't want to be cleaning mags between stages either. So I'm just gonna bring all my rifle mags. I don't know, I have like 20 plus. So in case some of them get dirty, I don't have to mess with that. All right, other things. Phone, wallet with cash, phone charger. We already talked about iPro, EarPro. Hats. If it's gonna be cold, you want like a beanie or something. And then cleaning kits. Tools, here we go. Rangefinder, 100% necessity. So you can go around and look at the different stages, especially the long range stages, and range the distances so you can use your data appropriately. I have the Garmin Zero in here. You don't necessarily need it there, but it's good for your data before you go. And then cleaning kits. There's a tool kit, a bunch of different tools, extra batteries for my different optics, more cleaning kit, oil, and then mag brush for the Staccato mags. So I looked at the weather. It's supposed to be thunderstorming, rainy, muddy. South Carolina has the sticky red clay mud that is just disgusting. So I'm bringing a bunch of stuff to be able to clean off my gear. So with your rifle and pistol also comes your ammo. Big box of 500 Federal 9mm. You only need like 250, but I always bring extra. And then I have my ammo that I'm specifically going to use for this game's 223 Remington 62 grain Full Metal Jacket Hornady Black. I've shot pretty good groups with that rifle and optic, so this is what I'm going to be using for this game's. And this over here is my zero pile. You never know what the zero situation is going to be. Sometimes they have a bay, sometimes it's a 25 or a 50 yard bay, sometimes a 100 yard bay. So I don't know what the bay is going to be, but I'm bringing a tripod just in case it's muddy, rainy, wet, so I can zero off of that. Bipod to zero off the ground. Bring in shoot and see targets so you can see your hits at 100 yards and not have to go down there and look at your targets because there's going to be a whole bunch of people there trying to zero at the same time. Binoculars, sand, whatever bags for helping zero. And then my bag that I'm going to throw pretty much everything in, a lot of the spring stuff. So that's all the rifle, pistol, ammo, mags, all kind of the main stuff. Everything else over here is kind of support. So snacks. There's all kinds of different snacks, and when you're working out 4 times a day, there's some things I just don't feel like eating. I don't feel like eating super heavy, but you have to eat something to keep you going. But I have lots of carbs, apple sauce, essentially, fruit snacks, some carby bars, some beef jerky. Also have Gatorade, lots of water. You never know what the water situation is going to be, so I keep water there. I'm a Monster fan, so I'm going to take my Monsters. And then for staying comfortable, camp chairs. My son's going, I'm going, my nephew may be there, so I'm taking 3 camp chairs. So all this stuff is for 3 of us. Also a canopy, that's a must have, keeps you out of the sun, keeps you out of the rain. Pro tip, that's a cot. One of my buddies had a cot at one of the tactical games, and it looked amazing for him to be able to just lie on that sometimes and just kind of rest between stages. Also the little cart there, again, not sure, sometimes it's good for different places, sometimes it's not. We'll see how muddy it is, but that helps to not have to carry all your gear from one stage to the next, or from your car to the stage. Table, that's something I didn't have at the last one, and I should have had, but a table to set your gear, have a bunch of stuff just to put on. I essentially used the cot for a table, and I couldn't lay on the cot, so table's huge. So again, thunderstorming, so I'm bringing some of my old Gore-Tex and some rain jackets for myself and my son and my buddy. Then shoes, different kinds of shoes. I'm using my Hoka Trail Runners again. I have some Salomons with some bigger spikes for traction. I also use the Salomons for rope climbs because they tear up the Hokas. Flip-flops to change in and out of, just to kind of get your feet out of your shoes if you want. Then for recovery, foam roller, whatever that stick is, massage stick, red ball for your massage, and then massage gun. I saw people with it last time when I really wanted my massage gun between stages. It would have been nice. So I'm taking that and the battery charger. And then here in this bag, first aid kit, trauma kit, and then right next to it, bug spray, sunscreen, no nets, also ibuprofen and Tylenol. I'm an old man, so I take ibuprofen and Tylenol. Some antihistamine stuff. So I get random like bronchospasms every once in a while, like a few times a year, so I just take that just in case. Then over here, I have some Gatorade, creatine, bottle to mix it in. Knee sleeves, huge. I wear these whenever I'm wearing shorts, whenever I'm not wearing pants. These are great if you're doing kneeling. You're not dinging up your knees, crawling over things, crawling under things. They're like knee pads, knee sleeves. They keep my old knees warm as well. So these are huge. I love these. And then one other thing, this is an ancient rope climb guard for my leg. I don't even know what you call it, but if we're gonna do rope climbs, I put it around my right leg so I don't tear up my right leg. And then headband, I like wristbands. It helps kind of wipe the sweat. So I'll take some of those as well. I think that's about it. Oh, clothes. Of course, dress appropriately. Look up the weather. This one looks like it's gonna be warm but raining, so I'm gonna take more pants and shirts and changes of clothes than usual. Take some shorts too, because sometimes it's just nice to have shorts while you're working out. But yeah, extra stuff because of the rain. Sometimes it's been cold, so sweatshirts, beanies, whatever. If it's gonna be hot, of course, definitely look up the weather, figure out what it's gonna do, and dress appropriately. I think that's it. So I hope that helps. If there's anything that you would add to this, let me know below. I mean, these are the things that I've kind of figured out over the last 4 tactical games, so I'm sure there's things I'm leaving out or forgetting about. So please let me know, put down below, and help other people too. See you in the next one.